Hello, I'm sitting here with the Venerable Tenzin Palmo, and I want to ask you some questions. So, many parents try to tell their children what to do and who to be, but sometimes it is against the children's own views and or wishes for themselves. So, how can we as children solve situations like this?
Well, I think first of all you have to understand that, of course, your parents have your best intentions in view, so they want, what is best for you. But at the same time, often parents tend to want to live out the lives they would like to have lived through their children. So what they would like their children to do doesn't necessarily have to be what the children would like to do. So therefore, I think you should try to reach a compromise between listening to what your parents say and does that make sense to you? Is that a good thing to do? And if you feel that it is not right for you, for example, you're very artistic, but your parents want you to become a doctor because a doctor has, will earn more money and be more prestigious. And so they want you to go to a university and study science. You want to go to an arts college and be an artist. And Dad always wanted to go to university, and so he wants to see it through you. So then you have a right to say, sorry, Dad, this is my life, not your life. And I have to listen to my heart and do what I feel is right for me. I think you have the right to do that. But you should do it nicely, kindly, and with great love, and discuss how you really feel, and hope that eventually your parents will be reconciled and supportive.
Okay, thank you. So, my second question is, more and more children are having to deal with large amounts of stress in their daily lives, from school or from their families. So, how do Buddhists deal with stress?
Well, a good way of dealing with stress is to learn how, in the midst of our daily life, to become just more centered. And the normal way for most Buddhist traditions is to focus the attention on the breath. The breath is a very good object because, first of all, we're always breathing, so it's very natural. When we are focused on the breath, we are present, so we can't breathe in the past or the future, we only breathe now. And as our breath becomes more conscious, it begins to slow down, and the mind and breath are very intimately connected. So as the breath begins to get quieter, the mind also begins to get more calmed. And so it's like being able to have a still center in the center of the whirlpool. It's a very skillful way just to be present, in the midst of it all. Just feel yourself present here, now, breathing and knowing that you're breathing. Even just for a minute or two, it can really help.
Thank you. So my last question is, so actually Buddhism seems a bit boring for us because we just hear the rules and all we know from Buddhism is the word suffering. So, but I also know that a lot of monks and nuns are talking very often about a life of freedom. And how can practicing Buddhism really make me happy?
That's a huge question, my dear. But you know, the Buddha didn't just talk about suffering. He talked about the causes of suffering and how to overcome suffering. And he pointed out that the real cause of our suffering was produced by ourselves in our own minds. When our minds are full of anger or full of deep desire and longings, or jealousy, or a strong sense of, you know, me and my own importance, then our minds feel unhappy. They feel agitated, and we then think the problem is out there with other people, with our family, with our school, with, you know, our friends. It's all their problem which is hurting me. We don't understand. The real problem is inside ourselves. So the good news is that if we learn how to deal skillfully with our negative emotions and create more and more of all our good emotions, like, you know, kindness and generosity and friendliness and caring, then we feel ever so much better and we end up feeling very happy. So actually Buddhism is about happiness, but it's very pragmatic and starts where we are, which is feeling miserable.
Thank you.